Right now, we're going to be hearing from Sergii Rusinchuk, who's from Ukraine. Sorry if I got your pronunciation wrong there, but I'll definitely try and work on it. Who's going to be talking on a really exciting topic, which I'm sure all of us can relate to, called Call 911. Quality is getting worse. Mr. Audit is here for you. And so, yeah, I'm going to give it away to Sergii to continue, introducing himself. Thank you, Sergii.
Hey everyone, thanks Craig for the short introduction of myself. I'm so excited to be here with you all among such amazing thought leaders and such amazing speakers and etc. Yeah, today we are going to talk about auditing. As already Craig said, it calls call 911. Our quality is getting worse. Mr. Audit is here for you. Yeah, let's start firstly with several words about me, about my experience, and we will get back soon to our topic. I'm QA manager with experience more than 8 years in different industries such as fintech, telecom, cybersecurity, on-way translator, and I'm also providing services, private services, and for QA engineers to improve their skills. I mean, hard skills and soft skills as well, and for the companies to conduct audit of the QA processes. So let's get back to our topic. Such a short intro from me regarding this. Nowadays, there are so many delivery companies. They are developing software and are facing troubles with their quality of software. To define the gaps, it is highly recommended to conduct an audit of QA processes. It will help to identify areas of weakness or improvement in the quality management system and provide recommendations for corrective actions. By identifying areas of improvement, an organization can take corrective action to improve the quality of its products or services, reduce costs, and increase customer satisfaction. As I like to say, customer is our main judge of everything that we are delivering of our software. You may ask, what is audit of QA processes? An audit of QA quality assurance in software development refers to examination and evaluation of an organization's quality assurance practices, processes, and systems specifically related to software development activities. This type of audit focuses on ensuring that the organization's software development processes align with industry best practices, quality standards, and customer requirements. What the purpose of audit of QA processes? The purpose of it is to provide an independent and objective assessment of the organization's quality assurance practices, and it aims to identify areas of improvement, enhance software quality, mitigate risks, meet compliance requirements, and ultimately deliver software products that meet or exceed customer expectations. If we are moving forward, the next several slides will be about red flags that highlight problems that we have to start audit of QA processes. The first red flag here is consistent quality issues. The frequent occurrences of software defects, customer complaints, or quality-related incidents indicate potential shortcomings in the QA processes and may warrant an audit. The next red flag here is non-compliance with standards. Failure to meet industry standards, regulatory requirements, or internal quality policies suggest the need for an audit to identify areas of non-compliance and address gaps in QA practices. If you are facing in the company project delays or failures, it is also a red flag. Persistent project delays, missed milestones, or unsuccessful software deployments may indicate underlying issues in the QA processes that require investigation through an audit. The next red flag here is inefficient testing practices. For sure, inadequate test coverage, insufficient test planning, or ineffective defect tracking mechanism can signal the need for an audit to evaluate and improve the efficiency of testing practices. Let's switch to several more red flags. The next one is lack of documentation. Absence of or inadequacy of essential QA documentation, such as test plans, requirement specification, or change control procedures, can be a red flag prompting an audit to ensure proper documentation traceability. One more issue that you can be facing as a red flag, it is also team skill gaps. If there is an evidence of inadequate QA skills, insufficient training, or competency gaps within the QA team, an audit can help identify areas for improvement and support skill development initiatives. Then, if we are moving forward, technology or process changes. Significant changes in software development technologies, methodologies, or processes may necessitate an audit to ensure that QA processes have appropriately adapted and aligned with the new approaches. From time to time, we are receiving negative feedback from stakeholders. It is also a red flag to start conducting an audit of QA processes. So yeah, it's not about only stakeholders. That's about getting the negative feedback from customers, project sponsors, or other stakeholders regarding software quality, our reliability, or usability, which may indicate the need for an audit to address the underlying issues. What aspects are typically assessed by audit? The first one is SDLC, software development lifecycle. So by reviewing the organizational SDLC processes, including requirements gathering, design, coding, testing, deployment, and maintenance, auditors assess whether the organization follows a standardized and well-defined SDLC that incorporates quality assurance practices at each stage. The next one is quality control measures. Evaluating the organization's quality control measures, such as code reviews, unit testing, integration testing, and system testing. Auditors can examine the effectiveness and rigor of these measures in ensuring software quality and for sure identifying defects early in the development process. The next aspect that usually is assessed by audit is configuration management, verifying that the organization has robust configuration management practice in place to track and control software versions, configurations, and changes. Auditors assess the organization change management processes, version control systems, and release management procedures. Let's move forward to the next slide. The next and one of the most important aspect that it is assessed by QA audit, so to say, it is our beloved software testing. Assessing the organization's software testing processes, methodologies, and tools. Auditors review the test planning, the test case design, test execution, defect tracking, and test coverage to ensure that appropriate testing practices are followed to validate the software's functionality, performance, security, and etc. The next one is compliance with standards. if verifying that the organization adheres to relevant software quality standards and frameworks, if you are using such in your company. For example, as I'm giving here, such as ISO or IEC 25010 software quality model, or CMMI capability maturity model integration, or specific industry standards. Auditors assess the organization's compliance with the standards and evaluate the effectiveness of quality assurance activities in meeting their requirements. The next aspect that can be assessed by performing and conducting the audit of QA processes is documentation and traceability. Reviewing the documentation artifacts produced during the software development process, including requirement specification, design documents, test plans, and user manuals. Auditors assess the completeness, accuracy, and traceability of these documents to ensure that they effectively support quality assurance efforts. Let's move forward. The next one is training and competency. Evaluating the training programs and competency levels of software development personnel. Auditors assess whether the organization provides adequate training and support to its staff to ensure their proficiency in quality assurance practices and relevant technologies. And one of the most important is continuous improvement. Assessing the organization's commitment to continuous improvement in software development processes. Auditors look for evidence of lessons learned, feedback mechanisms, process improvements, and the implementation of best practices to enhance software quality over time. And to finish, sorry, I was so fast in my presentation. Sorry for that. It took only 15 minutes, but yeah. Outro following, it's like deliverables that we receive after making an audit. So the following the audit, a detailed report is generated with highlighting the findings, areas of improvement, and recommendation for corrective actions. This report assists the organization in strengthening its quality assurance practices, refining its software development processes, and delivering high-quality software products that meet customer expectations. By conducting regular audits of quality assurance in software development, organizations can identify and address weaknesses or gaps in their processes, ensure compliance with industry standards, and enhance the overall quality and reliability of their software solutions. And yeah, don't forget, work alone. Mr. Audit is here for you. So yeah, implement it in your companies, and feel free to connect me by scanning the QR code in LinkedIn. I will be more than happy to discuss you this topic and not only this one.
Thanks so much, Sergei, for that. Really appreciate it. I know you went through that topic quite quickly, but it is still quite a dense topic, and really appreciate all the effort you put into it. I guess we'll use some of this time to maybe just hit a couple of questions before we move on to the next topic. And I think, first question from my side is obviously, what can companies do to better be prepared for this? Because I myself have gone through the audit process on several projects, and it often feels very stressful. You don't like it because someone's now looking in on your work, and you want to make sure that you're as prepared as possible. What are some of the tips that you think you can give to others to be better prepared for software testing audits?
I guess you that about the collaboration, yeah, that about the making something and improving something into a better way. So you shouldn't be scared of the auditors or such guys who come to the company and yeah perform such audit. I guess in this the best way is to be open, yeah, to provide so much information as you can, because it directly depends on the result that you will have at the end of the at the audit. Yes, so um, I don't know, not to be afraid, yeah, and to collaborate with auditors and yeah, be open to them, so to say.
Very
I
true.
know that. I know that. Sorry, I know that every single time it's a little bit stressful. Yeah, as you already said, correct that you are showing the like internal stuff from yeah your work, and the critics are not always uh, is good. Yeah, from time to time it is not in a good manner. So yeah, I get.
No, but I appreciate that, and I think it's very good. We must learn to rather work with the auditors than against them. We shouldn't fear them, but rather embrace the like the whole sort of conversation and topic with them. I do want to cover another sort of question, which was raised as well, which is really about the whole process of defects. How do you work with teams where often you're working within a sprint team or a scrum team, and you find a defect, and then rather than maybe logging the defect, they can see what needs to get fixed straight away, so they don't log it because it's going to get fixed straight away. It's one of those quick fixes. How do you work with teams when they might have a lot of defects of that nature when they're working within their scrum teams, and that they like don't want to log everything, especially things that can be fixed very quickly?
I would say that uh, it is better to log all the tickets, because it will be too hard to find out what was searched by the testing activities. Yeah, and it doesn't matter how much does it take time to fix it. I would say it will be much easier to operate with such tickets, to cover them by I don't know automation tests, yeah, to make the coverage for the regression tests and etc. It depends on the company and what testing processes are implemented there. So I would say that yeah, for the auditors, it is 100% sure that all such issues has to be somehow captured, yeah, and somehow documented, because yeah, asking every single time and developer or I don't know the testers what issue has happened half a year ago is not an effective manner yet to track all this stuff. Yeah, I would
Yep,
say.
makes sense. And then I guess just another sort of question, I guess, on this topic is, how do cultural differences maybe impact the tester's approach? Because obviously each company might have their own sort of testing culture, and you now as a tester, you want to maybe enforce the best practices, but you've got a company culture that you've also trying to fit into. How would you as an auditor advise a tester in that scenario in terms of working on, or rather navigating those cultural differences within an organization?
Yeah, that the good question. In this way, I would say that we have to be, yeah, not all the practices have to be implemented in each and every company. Auditors have to be as much flexible as they can, yeah, to implement the best practices, for example, to the company A, but it won't be good for the implementation in the company C. Yeah, and so
Mhm.
it is every single time about analysis and thinking forward. All right, what we're gonna do, what we're gonna have if we implement this practice. Yeah, or what. what we won't have if we won't implement this one. So yeah, it's all, every single time depends on the product which is delivering, which is developing, the quantity of QA team, how big is it, how company is big, yeah, and yeah, that's about this, I guess.
Okay. No, thank you. And just reading another question from, someone in the group. It says, "How are you motivating your team to be productive and creative and to collaborate, to find the defects and implement complex validation for the project that they are testing? What tools are you using?" So I guess the like phrasing of this question is, perhaps do you have any advice and tools that can help with this?
Yeah,
And you can
yeah,
see it on
just
your
a sec.
screen there.
Yeah, to find the implement for the project, what tools are you using? I guess first of all, um, how to motivate your team to be productive, to give a room and space for improvement. For example, a person, QA specialist, wants to go and wants to go further and create a career in automation, to give such an opportunity to such a person, to I don't know, to track also all the to have some KPIs, for example, how many defects has been, so to say, skipped by QA team. It didn't
Mhm.
define them. Yeah, for example, during one sprint, and if this quantity is getting less and less, then it will be motivate QA team to write a better manual test cases, to increase the test coverage of automation, and etc. What tools are you using to find implement complex for when they are testing? I would say that the classical one, such as test trail, yeah, for test management system, and yeah, what else? I guess that the most important, yeah, to track all this stuff.
Okay. And then another question: what are the implications when an audit report is not favorable?
What is the implication when the audit report is favorable? Mm,
And I guess maybe it depends on what the failure is. I guess when I'm reading this question, I may be thinking it depends on what the failure is. But I mean, is there something where you can, I guess, lose your quality control, or is there sort of, I guess, any sort of sort of issues that companies might face as a result of having an unfavorable audit, if that makes sense?
yeah, I guess yes. Uh, Probably I didn't get the question pretty correct, yeah, but if the audit report is not favorable, um, it's it uh, it is all about the I don't know, the discussion to have the first of all, it should be defined expectations before making this audit. So in by having clearly defined the expectation, the usually reports will be favorable. Yeah. So I guess I
Okay.
would answer in such a way. Yeah.
Okay. And then another question, I guess, related to being an auditor yourself. Do you need any certification in order to perform such a quality audit process?
Um, I don't really I don't really think that there is a special certification that is related to the quality assurance processes. That's about that about your experience. How broad is it? how I mean, what industries have you worked before, and do you have enough expertise to provide qualitative audits? So I don't think that there is a special certification in our industry how to perform, how to conduct the audit of QA processes. Yeah, that's more about the experience and expertise that you have.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I guess another related question is how to be a good auditor? What are the good practices of the audit process?
Yeah, if every QA engineer, you have to be like how to say uh, very accurate to the details. Yeah, you have to answer, you have to ask so many questions as you can to gather and to collect the information, so much information as you can to be to then in the future to make these reports. And what are the good practices of the audit process? From my experience, uh, you have to leave at least several sprints with the team you are auditing. So to have a whole picture, what are the processes implemented in this team? So you are like, for example, we have 2 or 3 weeks sprints, yeah, in Scrum. So you have to go to the all the scrums meeting, I mean pre-planning, planning, daily stand-ups, and yeah, just to live with this team, all the all the SDLC process, and you will see it from you could be capturing all the pitfalls, all the bottlenecks that you didn't capture by speaking with the team, like making 1-2 hours working sessions and discussing the all the testing processes that they have. So yeah, to be with the team you are auditing and asking so many questions as you can, so to be effective in this way. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for that. Yeah, and I really appreciate you taking on these questions. And we'll probably have several more questions for you in the Q&A section. So we look forward to chatting to you again then. But thanks so much for your time, Sergey. We're
Thank you,
going to move
Craig.
on.
See you soon.
See you soon.